Sometimes I think about how simple early devices really were. I mean, if you think about it, I feel like everything released back then was only made to do one or two things. Now granted, they might have not been the best at those one or two things, but at the very least, they were memorable. I'm talking GameCube, iPod Shuffle, landline telephones, that one Nokia that refuses to break. Sure, you can make the argument that these guys aren't the best at what they do, but you remember them. Now you compare those devices to nowadays, and I feel like all the smartphones kind of just get muddied in the water when compared to everything else. Nothing is distinguishable anymore, and yet they can do so much. I feel like phones nowadays aren't just phones anymore. They can call people, they can take photos as good as a DSLR, they can take videos as good as a DSLR, they can play games, they can play media, they can play your music. And it's gotten to the point where these phones can also transform into something else. Fascinating. Achoo! Achoo! It's a little bit bizarre how folding phones are just part of the norm nowadays, when a couple years ago, this whole concept looks like witchcraft. And now I feel like every other person has one. And it's even crazier to think about how we started with this whole folding phone concept. You remember the first Z Fold? I mean, you look at the thing wrong and it breaks. And now you compare that to the most modern folding phones and Jesus Christ, what a glow up. And in 7 years, I feel like 7 years doesn't seem like a long time, but we made so much progress when it came to this whole folding phone concept, to the point where we added a third fold. The trifold is crazy, and it's gotten to the point where some laptops are even becoming this folding screen craziness. And this whole folding phone concept is just so commonplace now, not to people buying them, but also companies offering them. I'm talking Google, Samsung, Xiaomi, Motorola has a fucking folding phone now. They're everywhere. And despite all these unique innovations and all these brands offering something new to the table, how the fuck did I end up with the most boring one? This, my friends, is the Samsung Z Fold 6 and is actually my first folding phone. And I've actually owned it for about a year and a half now, so here are my thoughts. Earlier I said that this was probably the most boring folding phone you can get, and it kind of is. I mean, when you compare it to its competition, it's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, it's thicker than the rest, it's heavier than the rest. It's even getting outpaced when compared to the outside screen, where most folding phones nowadays are getting closer and closer to mimicking a regular slab phone. So when I say the Z Fold 6 is boring compared to those guys, I mean, that's why. That doesn't mean that this Fold 6 is a bad phone in general. No, it's not. Holding this phone for the first time just feels so nice. You know, it has this sort of weight to it, this heft, this sense of quality to it. And I know I ragged on the fact that the screen is a little more narrow when compared to its successors and even its competitors, but to be honest, I kind of like the more narrow aspect ratio that the Fold 6 has. It just feels good to hold. It feels like a candy bar. I feel like I can reach every part of the screen without having to do finger gymnastics. It just felt great. And talking about the display itself, I think the display was really nice. It's vibrant, it's colorful, it was beautiful. And the media I watched on it looked great. I mean, no complaints there. And the battery was, well, it was good enough. But most people don't really buy folding phones for the outside screen. You know, a lot of people want to fold the fucking fold phone, right? And when unfolding this Fold 6 for the first time, you will notice that this motherfucker is hard to open. Now, a lot of that is actually due to the design of the phone. This phone looks very modern. It was around the time when hard edge phones just took over. People really love that minimalistic, that industrial hard edge look, and I personally loved it. It's one of the reasons why I picked up this phone. But in saying that, that whole design kind of works against it. But when you finally open it, it's great. The display is sharp, it's bright, it's vibrant, and a lot of people do complain about the crease in the middle, but to be honest, you don't see it after a couple hours. And opening screens like this just isn't for show. You also get access to exclusive features that a regular phone just can't do, or can do as well. One of my favorite uses of this inner screen was the fact that reading manga was great. I can see so much more of the page and read so much more of the manga itself a lot easier because of that bigger screen. And making use of that bigger screen is the multitasking options. You can have 2 apps open at once and it doesn't feel cumbersome at all. Marketplace and doom scrolling is fucking scary. And I think one of my favorite features about this whole unfolding concept is recording. When you unfold it, you get access to the back screen while also having a live preview of your image. And in situations where you don't have a tripod or anywhere else to film a weird angle, the phone itself can actually act as a tripod, half folding it like an L. I mean, that saved me a couple times when filming some old stuff I don't think I'll ever release. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm saying all these really nice features, and they are really handy to have. It's just, it comes with a small little caveat that you have to consider for yourself. This phone cost over $2,000. And that's not chump change for the regular person. That's not chump change for me. So my question is this whole folding phone concept worth the price premium that it charges? Well, let's see. For me, as great as the folding feature is, it kind of feels like a gateway. Grabbing the phone out of your pocket, opening the display, orienting it to the right side, and then committing to using 2 hands? If I have to do all that, I might as well just use the outside display. It's already close to a phone. I do understand that me complaining about these extra steps to get to your phone kind of makes me sound like a bitch. But here's the thing. A lot of the time, phones are just quick dopamine devices. And so when there's extra steps getting to TikTok or YouTube or Facebook, you're just not going to do it when the outside screen experience is relatively the same. And my argument here is if you're not going to unfold the device, unfold the fucking fold, then what the fuck is the point of buying a fold? But you might be saying, folding phones aren't typically made to do that quick consumption shit. That's why you have the outside screen. You really unfold the device when you're watching a video, reading, just media consumption in general. And I understand that. But I also have some gripes about that. Reading on the device, as I stated earlier, is phenomenal. But I feel like I can read on a regular slab phone just fine. The difference sure may look big, but it's all relatively the same to me. Multitasking is a great argument for a folding phone, but I'm not the type of person to use multitasking. Mainly because a phone is already addictive as fuck. If you add another screen in there, 3 hours have passed just like that. Right, why would I make my phone even more addicting? And the big one is media consumption itself. Videos. And sure, it works. But you compare it to a regular slab phone, and the difference isn't so big, right? Because of the aspect ratio of the phone when you unfold it, it just doesn't look as impressive as you think. I don't know. Is that just me? Now, okay, I do understand that maybe this phone isn't just for me. Maybe this folding phone is made for productivity, and that I can understand. The bigger the screen is, the more you can get done. Attach a keyboard to there and you have your own little mobile workstation. I can understand that. But working off your phone feels a little weird to me. If you're gonna commit to working outside of your house, just get a laptop. Just bring a laptop, dude. Now, I do understand that a lot of these gripes or nitpicks that I have sound just like that. Nitpicks. And truth be told, they aren't enough to actually make me go away from the phone. Again, there are small things I can live with, right? The bigger screen is there when I need it. There's just one thing that I can't get out of my head when using this phone. See, when it comes to the devices that I own, I like to squeeze the life out of them, right? I like to use them for as long as possible until they're fucking dust. And the problem with the folding phones is that they just don't have that same longevity. When using this phone, I felt like I had to baby it. No dust can get on the screen. I have to make sure I fold it properly just to make sure the screen doesn't get fucked up. It's just, it's the whole concept of you add more moving parts to a thing and it's more likely to break. And over the years, the folding phone has improved when it comes to durability. Compared to the Z Fold 1, this thing looks like a fucking tank. It's just when you hear a lot of experiences from people on the internet of their phones breaking off the slightest drop or the slightest misuse, or not even any type of misuse, just one day it doesn't work, it doesn't really inspire that same type of confidence a regular slab phone has. And sure, that's just the people of the internet, but I also know people in my personal life with folding devices that have broken over the years, that have only lasted 2 or 3 years and the screen goes black. And to me, I just don't want to baby my shit. I'm very rugged with my shit. I throw my shit around. I just can't do that with a folding phone. I don't have confidence in this thing lasting me through my life. You see, I know I'm in the minority when it comes to devices in general, but my previous phones have usually lasted over 5 years. The phone before this, the S21, would have lasted me another 4 years. The phone before that, the S9, did last me over 5 years. I don't know. For me, I just feel like I'm not the type to upgrade every 2 years. I just feel like it's a little bit of a waste. You know, I like to really just enjoy my devices over time. So, the question is this thing worth it? And I think it depends on what kind of person you are. If you're the type of person that wants to be part of the cutting edge, doesn't mind really changing their phone every 2 years, just enjoys having the latest and greatest when it comes to tech, then by all means, a folding phone really is that bleeding edge. The screen fucking folds, dude. It's still such a good feature, right? You start conversations, people want to look at your phone. It's insane how many conversations I've started with this phone. And again, if you don't mind the durability issues and already want to upgrade your phone every 2 years, by all means, this phone, the whole folding concept is for you. Now, if you're someone that values longevity, durability, likes to just squeeze the life out of their phones or any part of their devices, yeah, maybe folding phones just aren't for us just yet. maybe they'll find a way to make these guys just bulletproof, as durable as a regular slab phone. But until then, I don't think folding phones are just for us. And that's okay. I mean, I don't know. And you might be asking where the phone is now. It isn't here, actually. I gave the phone to my dad. My dad loves the bleeding edge. My dad loves all the new features and stuff. So I thought it would be perfect for him to just get it. And ever since then, I've actually been rocking a Pixel. Honestly, it's kind of refreshing going back to a regular phone. I just, it feels reliable. It feels sturdy. It feels like a rock. So, yeah. I hope that helped. I think sitting down is better. Oh, I'm recording. Would you look at that? I uploaded within a month. I told you. I wanted this video out a lot sooner than what actually ended up happening, but to be honest with you, I don't really like this video, so it was kind of tough to get through. A lot of the scenes were filmed in separate times, so the overall final product kind of just ended up becoming a little bit disjointed, but whatever. Hopefully you liked it. And the question for you is, do you have a folding phone? What do you think about it? Is it a waste of money? Is it the best purchase of your life? Let me know. I really want to know, because I want to figure out if I'm delusional or not. am I overreacting? Great cup. I don't have to end I really need a script for these things. Have a good time.